Jonah. We were previously living in Denver, Colorado for a few months, and then we moved back to Virginia, where we come from. And I was working farmers markets, and we were studying permaculture through Ecoversity.
I've been working in the restaurant industry since I was like 15 years old. Started out working in my dad's restaurant, and then I've spent like the last 2 years working in vegan cooking because that was more my passion. Because for the most part, I'm vegan. We were living with my parents, trying to just spend as little money as possible so we could travel, come here to Costa Rica, see her family. We actually knew we would end up on this farm from the get-go because she was working on a project with Manuel Pinto, the owner of the farm.
The one weirdo here that came from New York City. My life has been very urban up until now, very regimented, just working at a company from morning to sunset, 5 days a week. I never really liked my life that way. I'm Russian, so my family has always been really down to earth, working with nature, and I always wanted my life to be more that way. I always thought I needed a partner to kind of transition into a more farming kind of lifestyle, but it didn't work out with the partners I've had, boyfriends, so this winter I decided, you know what, I'm just going to do this on my own and just come here and see what happens.
I would say that the transition in this lifestyle goes back a little bit farther than coming here to Costa Rica. It's been about 3 years coming up since I went totally vegan, and it definitely changes how you look at the world in a lot of different ways other than on your diet. It changes how you want to interact with nature, animals. And I just figured out that I wanted to live a more sustainable lifestyle. So I decided that my best way to do that at my age with lack of experience was to get onto a permaculture farm, sacrifice my time and labor for food and knowledge. So I would say some of the struggles I've had so far is definitely, sometimes willpower, sticking with the fact that you have to not always eat what everyone else is eating, or be the friend that's always up everyone's, about picking up their trash or whatever, or just living a sustainable lifestyle. And that also carries over onto the farm, waking up every morning to dig holes for 6 hours, or do cement, or do the fun stuff, interact with plants, and spend time with everyone on the farm. But being away from home is definitely a challenge. It's not my first time, but it's my longest time, I would say, being away from home. And lots of new people you're constantly meeting, so and you have to be around them the majority of the day. It's not really an option, which is a struggle. Whereas back home, especially in the States, you can kind of just lock yourself in your room, in your house, and you're safe from the world, from people. Whereas here, you have to wake up and experience everything, whether you like it or not.
Blessing in disguise. That's what I feel like. And I guess I can follow up with some of my struggles that I've faced with transitioning into this lifestyle. It's not really accepted. A lot of people kind of think, oh, you're just like a random dirty hippie who's just gonna go like live with the trees, ooh. But it takes a lot of dedication. This lifestyle isn't just, frivolous activities. This is like hard work, day in, day out. And, sometimes another struggle can be finding motivation to do all of the projects all the time, because, when you come from one place to another place, you have a certain kind of conditioning, and you have to get over that conditioning. And you're programmed one way for many, many years. It takes just as many years to be unprogrammed and find a new rhythm. And so, when you come to a farm or you accept this kind of lifestyle, you have to do it with a lot of love and a lot of compassion, because you have to just stay motivated and stay, loving towards yourself, because if you don't have compassion for your down days, you won't have a lot of compassion for your up days. And it's all about finding balance, and everyone has a different balance.
And being so exposed to the elements, the bugs, the mud, walking through spider webs and the cold water, but of course my body's adapting to it, and I'm finding out now what's important in life. Is it important that I have my own nice private bathroom, or is it important that I'm surrounded by amazing people and amazing beauty and nature? Another challenge for me has been working so closely with such a group of people, like a family, like a team. I personally haven't had a big family. I haven't had a lot of friends. So socially I'm adapting. But so far I'm just loving everybody here, and it's been a great transition.
Advice that I would give myself or someone else is trust yourself. That's the only thing that you need to do, is trust yourself. If I had trusted myself a lot more in a lot more situations, I think the outcome would have been a lot better. Of course, learning making mistakes takes more mistakes and making right. So I'm all about making mistakes, but if you trust in your mistake, you'll be okay. And everyone can do this. It's not as far out of reach as you think it is. These kinds of things you can do within your own backyard. You just have to trust yourself. Trust that you can do it. Trust that you know what you're doing. Trust that you're putting yourself in the right position and you're surrounding yourself with the right people. And if you can find that power from within, you'll just fall into it so easily. It's hard to trust and to just let go, but it's the most rewarding feeling ever.
Don't lose sight of who you are. Stay true to yourself. People that are going to help you or not help you along your path. And you have to kind of navigate through which ones are helping you and which ones aren't, or creating your own reality every single day. The best thing you can do is just not lose sight of your true character, because that's what's going to win you forward in life, is like yourself. And you can surround yourself with the best people possible, but if you're not maintaining your inner garden, it's going to definitely show in your outer garden.
Trust yourself. Don't come into this experience thinking that it's going to be really regimented and demanding, because living in a permaculture community is fun, and everybody is respecting of me and my unique capabilities.
We honor them.